This anime is, to some, the trashiest isekai out there. However, after watching it, I can say it is one hell of a genius way to make an isekai series, a method unattempted before or even tried. That is why for today we will be talking about Oji-san from Another World. So sit back, relax, get some popcorn, and enjoy the ride. But before you buckle in your relaxation seatbelts, I would appreciate it if you guys would like, subscribe, comment on the video, and as always, it comes as a no-brainer, but I am still gonna say it. Beware of the following spoilers for this anime. With all the nuisance and formalities out of the way, let's dig in. And right off the bat, literally 3 seconds into the show, the directors trick us with a near-miss incident between Truck-kun and Takafumi Oji-san's nephew. Oji-san, the main character, is finally back to the land of the living after being in a coma for 17 years. This isn't the highlight of the event, however. The interesting part is that he was claiming to have been in an isekai for all this time, and he even has magical powers. Of course, he is being truthful, and in an instant, thanks to his nephew's genius, he uses his uncle's magical powers to turn him into a YouTube sensation. As someone who was last on Earth 17 years ago, Oji-san, a zealous lover of Sega, gets the worst news of his life. What is that news, you ask? Well, of course, it is the fact that Sega went bankrupt and is no longer making consoles. Reintegrating into society will be quite tough for him, especially with all the technological advancements that happened over the years. The anime has one of the most generic first episodes a reverse isekai anime can have. It felt somewhat bland at first, but picked up the pace midway. However, I would be lying if I told you that this anime wasn't entertaining. Honestly, I had no freaking idea that I would love the show as much as I do, even though it felt to me, at times, like watching the commentators when there is a live game announcement. Each episode, Takafumi, Fujimi, his old childhood female friend who clearly has a crush on him, and Oji-san sit at the table as he retells his isekai story thanks to the help of the memory spirits. And I gotta tell you guys, this old man had one hell of a story to tell. Honestly, after watching over 40 plus isekai over the years, we can all agree that we wished at some point to get isekai'd, gain abilities, kill the Demon King, and of course, build our own personal harem of sexy women along the way. Well, Oji-san Isekai made me rethink about the whole thing, and honestly, my life might be shitty sometimes and intolerable, but I will still take it any day of the week over the shit that Oji-san had to go through. Talk about the freaking worst isekai route start ever. You guys thought Naofumi and Hajime had it hard? This guy was literally sold off for 3 fucking bronze coins the moment he arrived to this world as a speaking orc variant. I mean, okay, I get it, he isn't the most handsome anime character ever to exist, but come on. The residents of this world he teleported to treated him even worse than shit and hunted him the moment they laid their eyes on him, just because of his looks. They call him an orc and a monster, that is, of course, excluding all the times he got beat up. He went through all that suffering that he had to bear in order to survive in this world and finally find a way to return to his own world. Over his journey, however, he got to meet some valuable potential teammates and even lovers. But since he is such a useless NEET that has zero experience when it comes to anything other than a Sega game, he botched every chance of having an H scene, let alone a lover's kiss. He even botched countless chances of being a part of a team in a party, all because of his poor communication skills. All that I can forgive, but the damn fact that he rejected the tsundere elf the entire damn show without even getting a single hint or clue that she likes him. It just pissed me the hell off. However, it is part of why I was actually watching the series to begin with. He isn't your average isekai overpowered hero that gets the girls, killed the demon lord, and gained fame and glory. It's quite the contrary. He was practically his own nemesis, his greatest enemy throughout his journey, sabotaging himself through it all. And I got all that from 2 freaking episodes. And the 3rd episode is the reason why the show is going to be getting sued soon enough for every dime it ever had. And for those who have no idea what I am talking about, I will elaborate in a second. In the 3rd episode, Oji-san finds it a good idea to blast through the protective dome laid around one of the biggest cities in the world with the highest walls for a damn reason. Is it starting to sound familiar to you guys? Walls, barrier, protecting them from monsters that lurk outside. This episode was literally a ripoff of Attack on Titan. Hell, they even featured an armored titan for crying out loud. And as if the Titans swarming the defenseless city wasn't enough, there was also a powerful and gigantic wind dragon leading the Cyclops Titans to assault the city. The elf lady Axel Sundari grabs her kick-ass weapon in preparation to attack and launches herself forward through magic to gain momentum. One of the most epic battles that wasn't even featured in Attack on Titan was about to take place. Or at least, that's what I wanted to get. And imagined I would. You see, the moment she was close to the monsters, she hit the freaking barrier, smashing face first into it, only to realize that the barrier was somehow magically repaired, and the monsters were repelled by it once again. This is a theme that is ever repeating when it comes to this show, and I will explain now what that theme is and what I mean by ever repeating. We can all agree that anime can get us hyped up through a set of build-up patterns with the usual high stakes, characters getting serious, and the OSTs in general, right? Well, this anime has a trend. It gets us hyped to the utmost limit about the scenes only for them to either finish everything off abruptly or prematurely killing that tiny hype ember we tried igniting in our souls. And want to know what's the craziest part? It gets you to fall for the hype every single damn time only to demolish your hopes of a satisfying scene or battle with the series' ongoing gag. Even though it might seem frustrating and somewhat a bad thing, but for a series like Oji-san Isekai, this running gag and low blow to the balls was the cherry on top, because it just fit the narrative of the show to utter perfection. This running gag didn't stop at Oji-san, however, it also had an effect on Takafumi. I mean, being the person that scolds Oji-san for being a blind dumbass and a thick-headed NEET unable to see the approaches of the elf girl and understand them, he himself is absolutely oblivious, or somehow in denial, due to his childhood trauma when it comes to Fujimiya hitting on him. She even went as far as to letting him see her half nude, and even then, it had no effect on him whatsoever. One of these many examples is when that idiot Oji-san got drunk, becoming serious and caring, all while our cute elf lady escorted him back to his room. And just like that, the mood was set. The tsundere was melting in his hands like an ice cream cone on a hot summer's day. And for once, just for once, Oji-san was being genuinely serious, thanking her for being there for him and helping him throughout his journey in this world. And what did he do next? Did he undress her? Give her a little peck on the cheek? No. He tricked her into taking him to his room since he is so drunk, only to make fun of her, lock the door, and leave her hanging right there with no idea what just happened and why. If the single elf girl wasn't enough, then Mabel should be the nail in the coffin. The maiden from the Ice Clan and the keeper of the legendary Ice Sword. The only weapon said to have the power to defeat the blazing Flame King Dragon. Oji-san reunites with Mabel after she had her life ruined inadvertently by him. They then discover that each transferee gets a special ability upon entering this world, and his was to be able to speak the language of the world to communicate with them and understand the people in this world. Due to this ability, he was able to communicate with the spirits and gain the abilities he has now. Overall, this anime was actually a surprise to say the least. To me, personally, as I had next to none when it came to things I am expecting from the show. The budget is low, the animation isn't that detailed, the characters never left the apartment, yet for some reason, this anime was even more engaging than other isekais with real actions and shows that have many fights, many plot twists to them, and with a lot of high-end animations and huge-ass budgets. The OST and voice acting was on point, and the facial expressions, especially Oji-san's creepy faces, will definitely catch you off guard. And even though some of them are creepy as hell, you will be laughing on your back. I'm gonna be honest here, guys, you might be skeptical of the show as much as I was skeptical of it. However, watching the show, I started to get invested and attracted by its fun yet very simplistic plot. This anime is exactly what that saying of beauty in simplicity is. Each episode had a flavor, style, and weight of its own, and that's particularly what I loved about this show and enjoyed about it. That and the tiny Easter eggs and nostalgia to the Sega consoles and games, since I used to love them as well. As a final verdict when it comes to the show, you guys need to watch this and at least give it a chance. I bet a lot of you shrugged off the anime at first sight because of the looks of Oji-san and his creepy facial features. However, it is because of that you guys need to watch the show. The facial features Oji-san makes is one of the best things about this show, particularly due to the fact that they are understood in a completely wrong way, or something like that. Simply put, this anime deserves watching, and you guys should really check it out whenever you are able to. And hey, the ending of Season 1 clearly shows that a second season is in the works, so that's a bit of good news for you guys in case you do watch it, and are eager for more. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I had fun making it for you guys. And don't forget to leave a like, share, and definitely don't forget to subscribe. I'll be back for more soon, and as for now, I'll catch you later. See you in the next one.